Clip Studio Paint has finally broken their Twitter silence with a post about 3D drawing figures in Clip Studio Paint. So, all right, so they were silent for a week and they came back and started posting like nothing happened over the last week with a tip about how to use their 3D stuff. So, as you can probably tell, let's just see how this went over. Let's look at some of the comments. Still everybody is right off the bat talking about Krita. This was one of the best things about using your program. I refuse to be pulled into your monthly payment trap. I'm moving software. It's weird that this post is not an apology for the awful thing you did last week. I dropped some politely worded feedback. I doubt it'll change their mind, but whatever. You know when you need a flowchart to explain to a customer what they're buying their F up. You need to address the subscription plan. All right, so Clip Studio, it really did, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I guess I did say maybe they'll just take a break and then continue to move forward. But this is worse, right? This is, look, we hear you, but they had an opportunity to kind of reorient and say, hey, here's why we did this. It's finances, it's this, it's that. No. Instead, they stuck their head in the sand like an ostrich and tried to walk forward, right? And everybody's just like, wait a minute, we've been talking about this for a week. You know we've been talking about this for a week. People are upset. You're losing customers, potential customers in the future to open source programs, and instead you just didn't say anything. You can use this since you guys don't care about your current user base. We'll see if we can find a positive comment here. CSP releases outrageous news, faces massive backlash, ignores fan base. Software pirating numbers increases by 500%. Nah, let's see. They just, you know, that's a good little face there in that building. Even though I love using your program, you need to go back on your subscription plan. That's the worst stuff you've ever done. There are other ways to make money from existing customers than subscription. I'm disappointed on migrating to Krita. Wow, this is like this is not, their strategy is not working, right? Unless they're trying to like shift their demographic, right? Maybe they're trying to be just a straight up professional, like you know, there's amateur, of course, users in Photoshop, but if you're, you know, especially if you say you're younger, you're like a student, I don't know if you're going to drop money on the entire Creative Cloud thing, because you're not going to use all those programs. Maybe, I don't know. Do you? Let me know. All right, is anybody out there? Do you use Adobe as well as Clip Studio Paint, or do you have another subscription plan? What are you doing? So, quick question: will this be more stable than last update? Can't. It's my North Carolina accent coming out. We wait to try it when the correct version eventually comes out. Great work as always, guys. Wow. Let's see here. Nobody. Hey, real weird. Just ignoring your fan base. Oh man. When are you going to provide us a question there? As long as you ignore. So everybody knows you're ignoring this. All right. So has anybody already made the switch from something else? Like I said before, I've got so much stuff in Clip Studio. I know how to use Clip Studio, and you know, I can afford to keep going forward. I'll still use them. I don't feel like switching up the program at this point. It is pretty clumsy, and maybe even they really don't understand their user base. If you get hit with this much backlash from people, it's just very strange that you wouldn't even address it. So if they keep approaching it this way every time they post, they're going to have to address it eventually. And this is just bad PR. They need to hire or fire a PR person, probably both, in the opposite order. They need to fire him and then hire him. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base and say that they finally responded by not responding. Um, so they're making it worse. Come on, Clip Studio. I do. Everybody loves your program. Everybody loves it. The lettering capabilities could be better, but you know, I don't know what to tell you. Let me know in the comments if this surprises you at all, or it actually does surprise me. Honestly, it surprises me that they would not address the backlash, and that's what everybody is surprised about. But to just move on as if this was apparently their strategy. Let it blow over and then move on as if nothing happened. But clearly, there's a big disconnect between Clip Studio and their fan base, which I hate to see. I've like I said, I've done tons of tutorials on it. I've used it. I've made books with it. I've made illustrations. I use it pretty much my go-to tool now for most of what I do, and it's a shame to see it. So let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you're surprised or not. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I also do some live streams in drawing, making comics, and we chat and hang out, and you can check those. So hit the bell for notifications. You can just come and chill and talk about art and just whatever. So we'll see where this goes, and see you next time. Be good. Hey, if you found these videos helpful, you can get more tips, tutorials, and access to my digital library of work by joining Patreon or my locals.com account.